Yeah. Yeah.
This will be just like a classic pre-wind where Jacob's just doing anything else. What it looks like you're
In a
cranking
minute.
your hog or something.
I get my member.
Your back
My little
Oh
scratcher.
my
scratcher.
god.
His
So
gimmick.
I'm just scratching the whole body. It's not a gimmick, dude. This thing works really good.
We
I'm
are
not doubting
live.
that.
Oh, I
Oh yeah, I
I
show it's live. Let's see if there's audio.
get my member.
Your back scratcher. His gimmick.
Scratching the whole body. It's not a gimmick, dude. This thing works really good.
I'm not doubting that. I hear audio.
Yeah, we're getting audio. For some reason, I am a lot quieter than the two of you.
You sound great in my headphone.
Test.
Yeah.
Welcome back, fantasy foot boys and girls. It's the GFL weekly pre-wind, and this week we have two guests. I think I mentioned it one week, and it may have been when I was muted. But I did suggest that we get all 12 teams on here once during one of the pre-winds, and just let chaos reign. What do you guys think?
I think everyone should have a shot to, go one-on-one with you or one-on-two, getting doubled up by you and Muffin.
That's an interesting way to put it. I guess I should introduce the coach of the Schmidt Show, one of our two Schmidts, Coach Schmidt, and Muffin. Drunk Santa. It took me a minute to remember what your team was. I'm just realizing it's supposed to have streamer mode, so it doesn't reveal your usernames, but I think it did reveal Muffin, so you might get some erroneous friend requests on Discord.
And that's fine.
That's
I've been
okay.
using the same gamer tag
Yeah.
/ email / whatever for whatever 30
Well, luckily, I
years.
didn't dox you. It was only Muffin. But we're in week 4, and we're looking back at week 3. Oh, I do see the test here in the chat. Okay, I can see a live chat. So if anybody is watching the stream, whether you're in the league or not, feel free to interact in chat, and I might see
Like
it before
and subscribe.
before the episode is over. Keep it appropriate. Okay, well, let's go ahead and look at the results. Let's start with 3-0 versus 0-3. It's Lifelines Elway, the defending champion, falling to 0-3 versus the Schmidt Show. Just missing out on high score. Well, not just, but it looked like you were in contention there for a while. Moving to
For a
3-0. Coach Schmidt, how does it feel to be 3-0?
Last year I also had a pretty good start to the season before some injuries kneecapped me. So I'm feeling good, starting off 3-0. But it's fantasy football. Anything can happen. I'm excited for this week for sure.
Did you start 3-0
yeah.
last year?
Last year, I think I went 5-0.
Oh, wow.
No, I know. Wrong. 3-0. 3-0 last year, and then week 4. And then that's where I went on a streak of 6 losses in a row.
Let's hope you can sustain it this year.
Maybe WAG starts. Maybe WAG starts the trend again.
It's quite possible.
Huh.
And there's Drunk Santa. Cooter's crew falls to 1-2. Some of his higher draft picks have let him down so far early in the season, but it is early in the season, and we've got a bit of parity this year. A lot of teams in contention. Boner and Sweatpants, despite CD Lamb going down, grinds one out. Would have been nice for me to face them this week. Ditka in a box. The other 3-0 team smashes Patty Cakes. A familiar spot for Patty Cakes. They're 1-2. Ditka in a box. The other 3-0 team. Between these two teams, I'm going to put Drunk Santa on the spot. Which one would you prefer to face in the playoffs?
Between the 3-0 teams?
Schmidt Show and Ditka in a box. And just to remind you, we do have Coach Schmidt on the stream with us live. But also, Ditka in a box may be watching the stream right now.
Here's what I would say. Based on history, I would go with Ditka in a box because he has such bad luck with players getting injured.
You're anticipating that Christian McCaffrey will not be available for the playoffs.
No, I don't believe his body will hold up the full season. So no, I do believe he will go down again.
But so far, so good.
Yeah, 3-0.
Oh, interesting take there. Yeah. Doobie Ashtray, the other 0-3 team. So the two 0-3 teams, we've got two 3-0 teams, two 0-3 teams. The other one is Doobie Ashtray. Getting taken down by Tim Conterrors. Tim Conterrors off to a strong start as well, scoring lots of points. Doobie Ashtray making headlines this week with one of the biggest trades in the league's history. I don't recall ever in the 17 years I've been in this league seeing a single player get that big of a haul. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on that trade for both teams?
Go ahead, Mark.
Sure. So, we've seen some trades before involving next year's round picks, but for Saquon Barkley to be taken with giving up a first round and fifth round. There we go. Sorry, I wanted to bring that up. So I had it right for a 9th and 15th. That is impressive. I'm actually quite curious how that's going to look for next year's draft. It's really going to.
And if that doesn't pay off, it's going to hurt even more.
Yeah. Yep.
I do have insider information that he was willing to give up even more than that. But I did get a peep at what was being negotiated. It would have been an illegal trade. There were too many draft picks involved. I would have had to reverse it for violations. But just a little interesting tidbit there. What were you going to say there, Drunk Santa?
Well, one, it's shocking to know there was more on the table. Like, that's already unbelievably. Because here's the thing: even if you get Saquon, which he did, right, for 1st and 5th, which is an enormous price, Saquon gets a lot of touches, so he's going to produce. But I also think he eventually will also break sometime this season. So it's like, how much can you get out of him before he either gets like a hammy or an ankle, whatever it may be? He's not injury prone, but he is getting a lot of reps, so
he's getting a lot of mileage. Also, if they have a large lead in that division, perhaps they start giving him some rest later in the season around fantasy playoff time. It'll be interesting to see how that plays out. I had discussed with Boner and Sweatpants sending off Jahmyr Gibbs for high draft picks. And it would have been lucrative, but it's so early in the season. I'm competitive. I may be 0-3, but I really want to see if I can't grind it out, get some really dirty, nasty wins keep myself in contention. And I feel like I also would like to just keep Jahmyr Gibbs as long as I can, and I wouldn't have the opportunity to do that if I sent him away.
Did Barkley? When was he drafted? What was he like a first round?
He was first. He went first round.
So Doobie giving away the first round draft as well after 3 games.
Yeah,
that is also
you got to give him props. He wants to win now, which I certainly understand and have done.
Yeah,
the trophy.
That's the thing. He's either going to win the championship or the trophy. It cannot be both. That'll be up to the current trophy winner, as
Quite
we see
possible.
there, showing off his handiwork and his current prize. The current trophy himself, Coach Schmidt. Okay, moving on. We'll skip over that one and go back. New and improved Jungle Humpers. I didn't even realize this game ended up being this close until I went back to review the scores. Winning by 0.10 points over
Jeez.
Robo Pearson. So that's how close both teams were being to either 2-1 or 1-2, which this
Wow.
game also contained our pre-gret of the week. So last week I trolled a little bit. Historical pre-gret was only 1.7 points. This week we're on the other end of the spectrum. For some reason, one of his favorite players, he had David Montgomery last year, I believe, in this league. I'm also in a St. Louis league with Robo Pearson, who is doing quite well again in that league. He won that league last year, and he has David Montgomery in that league. For some reason, he benched him this week, and he had almost 30 points. Would have gotten him the win.
I mean, I understand going up against Baltimore's defense, who has a pretty good stop on the run, but I mean, he just ate them up in that Monday night game.
That's why it's the pre-gret. You just never know. You never know. And that takes us to our biggest blowout of the week and our high score. Drunk Santa, 168.36 points. Again, I would have, since you scored that many points, it would have been nice for me to face Ain't No Wag. I might have gotten a win this week. Nonetheless, you win by almost 90 points. And you get the high score, but you did ask me if it was one of the highest scores of all time. We did a little off-the-cuff research, me and the league statisticians, Coach Schmidt. You would have been number 5 last year, but you would not have been in probably, not even like top 20 of the last 5 years. So just a little
No,
insight.
so it's not top 20 last 5 years.
Correct. It's a good
Let's say
score.
you-
It's the highest so far this year. But most years the high score ends up around 180 to 190, highest score of the year.
Oh.
So try again next week. But hey, you got the high score this week. You got $20. Why are you sulking?
Yeah, and what are you going to do with that $20?
Well, nothing. It just stays there in the account.
Yeah, he's got
Just-
to pay
the thing
for
is-
his fee next year.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
But that's two. You've had 2 of the largest blowouts in a row. So you had the largest blowout last week. You've had the largest blowout this week.
And you're currently the highest scoring team in the league. If we want to look at the standings, you are the number 3 seed currently. That is not a first round bye, but it's early.
It's so early for all of that. But yeah, I like any of it's so early. But it is good to know that I just go back to Yahoo being the dumbest when it comes to ranking drafts. And Yahoo gave me an F. And it said, what are you doing? Because obviously you don't know. And I'm sitting now at week 3 of a very long season. I feel pretty damn good about
I got
my
an
draft.
A,
Thank you.
and I am 0-3. I'm
My
0-3.
whole
When was
season's
last-
against
This is the
Yahoo.
first time Yahoo's
I
ever
was gonna
given
say.
me anything above like a C. I
And it's
gave me
been a
an
long time since you've gotten a C. You've mostly been in the DNF range.
Oh yeah, it gives me
but
terrible.
history has shown
Yeah,
you turn that into a
this shows you that all
fantastic
Yahoo
season.
knows is how to create a platform for us to play fantasy football on. It doesn't know anything about actual fantasy football or football, probably. Who knows if anybody even works for Yahoo anymore? It's probably just run by Chat GPT. Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, please.
Well, what's the next thing we do? All right, we're looking at the standings. We're gonna look at. I'll pull up this next week's matchups. I do want to say the stat sheet is up, so I'll post that in Discord and pin it again.
Thank
But
you,
the
Mark.
league statistician. Oh, I have last year's. Wait. Oh, it's just labeled up here. We'll
Oh,
just we'll update this live. so everybody can see all the hard work that Coach Schmidt puts into the stat sheet. But the stat sheet is live if you want to go and gawk at the historicals or this season's. I'll probably spend more time on the prior stat sheets than this year's, personally. But it's all there for everybody's enjoyment. So I'll post that in Discord for everybody to enjoy. But I was looking at the matchups this week. I could have gone with new and improved Jungle Humpers versus Timken Terrors, a couple 2-1 teams. I could have gone with a couple bottom feeders like Lifelines Elway, Patty Cakes, but I went to one of the matchups of the year. It's the first ever Schmidt Showdown. The Schmidt Off. What would we call this? I can't call it the Schmidt Show because that's your team name.
You're right.
So I like the showdown, the Schmidt Showdown. That was
the Schmidt Showdown. Yeah. It's Ain't No Wag versus the Schmidt Show. Ain't No Wag in need of a win, so that should make you a little nervous. But my question is, have you already started the shit talking in your house?
We have. Tensions are high here at the house. The boys are quite aware of it, so that's not helping things this week. We haven't come up with a friendly wager yet. If anyone has suggestions of what we should do, we would be interested and open to entertaining that. It's pretty rough. I don't know where I'm sleeping tonight.
I would say pick something that involves a gallon of pig's blood. And then get creative with that. Also, with tensions high, keep an eye out for Ain't No Wag getting texts or calls from lawyers. You want to be careful. Yeah. You're gonna have to walk on eggshells this week.
And for me personally, like last week is evident that anything can happen. Whatever projections that, as we've talked about, the Yahoo BS doesn't mean anything. My high scoring player was my defense. That can happen, right? Like anything can happen. I hope she goes 2-2.
Speaking of that, that was the Minnesota defense that put up like fucking 40 points or whatever. I faced that defense in both my fantasy leagues this past week. I went 1-1 in those matchups though, so I came out partially unscathed. Well, I don't have anything else. Anything you guys wanted to add? Anything you wanted to note going into this next week?
I have just one thing.
Uh-huh.
I did a little bit of looking on the platform, Yahoo Fantasy Football, and I noticed you can see transactions. You can see who does what, when they do them. And I tallied up how many transactions Life Finds a Way already has through 3 weeks.
You tally them up? I mean, it just tells you right here.
Okay, it's what 22?
16.
16.
Okay.
There's probably since I've been in the league, pretty much every year I'm going to have had made the most transactions. It's just in my nature.
So something that I find interesting is there's a lot of non-moves towards the beginning of the season most other years, and I have ended seasons having 80 to 90 in fab, and should I have spent $24 on Mac Jones? Probably not, but I had no other QBs, and it's let's burn it. Whatever.
There hasn't been that big...
It's not real.
No, yeah. Unlike most years, there hasn't been that big name that you just need to go blow all of your fab on because of an injury.
How much did you spend on Zay Flowers, Jacob? What was that? Was that last year, 2 years ago?
No. Was it Flowers? It was someone though. I think I spent because I didn't understand it.
Baltimore tight end.
It was
Isaiah Likely.
Number 8.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was Likely.
I think I spent 30 or 40. I think it was a lot. And Kyle was like, "What are you doing?" It's like, "Oh, I just didn't know." You're like, "You."
Well, I think I said, "What are you doing?" I think you dropped him the very next week.
I did.
Yeah.
No, I don't think it was the next week. It was a couple weeks after because did he get hurt?
Something happened. But I see where you're thinking that it was probably going to be like whatever, like that's your max bid, and like whatever that ticks up, you'd be the next one
Yes.
there. But no,
Yeah,
it's
no.
like here's $40, take it, and I mean
Everybody
that's
else is like, someone's like, I put $5 on it just to see if I
Yeah.
got him. I'm like, I just need to make sure I have enough in there. So when I want to be the highest bid at the end of this journey, not knowing how Fab worked at all.
which I don't know if
But I
that's a
did
setting
get
we
him.
can put in, but I kind of like that side of it, like the equip bid side of it, if you will.
Yes. Yeah. I think it, because
What
that
what
obviously
setting?
was
I
hilarious.
guess I don't understand what.
So like if I were to put in 25 and Jacob put in 40, he would get him for $26 essentially.
Oh yeah, no. What? That's why you got to. That is the lottery side of it. You got to be very strategic, and it makes
Yeah.
for some good drama. It's fun to see when someone bids $20 and then nobody else even bids on the player.
Right.
And it's fun to see when someone bids like $44 and someone else bids $40. It's
Yeah.
just another layer of drama.
Is that shown somewhere?
What do you mean?
Or is the commissioner are you the only one that sees how much people?
No, so that's the first time I've seen it in the app for sure, where it shows.
I've never
No,
seen.
you can always, if you go to recent transactions, this has always been there, and you just click on Fab offers. You can see whatever what people bid.
Oh, okay.
It's always been
didn't
there.
know that.
No, it's not something I can see. I think people overestimate what commissioner tools I have,
and how much interest he has in using them.
Well, yeah. First of all, I don't think they would want to build a functionality into there that allows the commissioner to cheat without anybody knowing. But also, it's really just the settings. Adding people to the league, updating settings. That's all I can do.
Okay. I mean,
I can remove you from the league.
Okay, that's good to know.
But yeah,
out of left field.
Where did that conversation come from?
Your transactions. Just how many
you had
transactions
noted the number of transactions I made.
I made that last year in the championship. How many transactions? How little transactions I did. Not that that's good, bad, or indifferent, and how many transactions you did. And I was just comparing the two. I think it's interesting. I just think it's interesting. I don't know enough to make transactions. I know a couple things. I'm like, that guy looks good. He may be a rookie.
There's always me on that end of the spectrum that makes a lot of transactions and uses my Fab. And then you want to look at the other end of the spectrum, look at Robo Pearson at year's end every year. Thus far, he has made zero moves. He's made no moves this year. He usually doesn't spend $1 of his Fab. And you know what? That's his strategy, and he's welcome to do that.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, Coach Schmidt, Mr. Trollthy, Mr. Troll, you have anything to add?
Not at this time. Appreciate you having me on. Please
Thanks for being here.
Keep me in your T's and P's going up against Ain't No Wag this week. It's not going to be an easy one. So,
yeah,
that's the one I'm going to be following closely.
Previously, just came out of a competition with WAG. It's a lot of talk. There's not a lot of action on the field. There's just a lot of talk up front. And if you get by that layer of just talk, you're going to be golden, man. You're going to, whatever you guys decide to wager, you're going to be golden.
I've got to figure out where to keep this camera, where to position this camera.
I think you just continuing to move it around is actually what you should keep doing.
I kind of wish I could I need to get a thing that allows me to clip it on top of the monitor. But I wish it was just like straight on in my like inside
like you
my
were
monitor.
Superman?
like an integrated web camera?
Yeah, but like my monitor is pretty high, but I wish it was in my monitor, so when I'm looking at my screen, it looks like I'm looking at the viewers.
I wish the room you were in was totally a green screen, and you were laying flat on a chair, and the camera was pointed towards you, so it looked like you were Superman flying.
That's all the time we have for tonight. I appreciate you guys being here.
Cool.
I'm going to go ahead and put this out there. If anybody else in the league,
Did you hear what I said about the idea?
well, I'm just seeing that Cooter's
Can
crew
you hear me?
commented, and he said, "Take a week off."
Can you hear me?
Yeah. What do you need?
Oh, no, that's my thing. At the end of each episode, I'm just going to keep saying if you hear me or not.
Take a week off. I don't know what are you referring to there, Coach Casey? Coach Schmidt of Ain't No Wag said, "Winner picks the loser's tattoo, and we get it in Vegas at the end of the month." I vote for that one, and I vote for it to
That would be
a penis. All right. Well, thanks for watching, everyone.